Hello.
Hey friends, we know it's been a minute, but here for you today are the
The
Tangry
Tangry
Girls.
Girls.
Hey Tanya,
Hey Tosh. How you doing?
I'm tired, girl.
You're tired?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm happy.
Well, good. I'm glad. How tangry are you today?
I'm probably like a 5.
A 5? You living in
I'm
grace?
living in grace.
Oh my goodness. Good. Can I get some of that grace?
On a scale of 1 to 7, how tangry are you?
I'm a 7. I was actually going to be a 7 before you said 7. We're supposed to be 1 to 10.
No, it's 1 to 7.
You always change it.
No, it's always been 1 to 7. She changed it to 1 to 10. It's never been that. Y'all know that 7 is the number of completion.
No, it's been 1 to 10. We'll go back after this so I can prove that I'm right. But that is not the point of the show, to prove that Tanya is right.
And you guys
But there
know
will be
that
a follow-up.
you guys know she will be in fact wrong, and it is 1 to 7, but she often picks a number over 7, which is part of the joke.
Right.
But y'all get it.
I'm just getting more angry about the second. So, you want to go first about your tangry, or you want me to?
Um, One, we just want to say, how are you guys doing? We just came across the holiday, Labor Day, and we're down to probably the last quarter of the year.
Yes,
And
Christmas is coming.
right, we're going to be coming up to the last quarter or the last third of the year. And how are you feeling? How does this year look compared to what you thought it would look like? And if it doesn't look like what you thought it would look like, and if you haven't gotten the things you thought you would get done this year, I want you to release that and let that go and just make the most of the time that you have, rather than be thinking about the time that's gone.
Yes, I love that.
So tell us about what you're thinking about right now.
What got me tangry over the past week or so?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've moved. Okay?
Yep.
We spoke a little bit about that last time, but
Uh-huh.
so I'm in a new place, a new area, and you may or may not know this about me, but I don't like change.
Right.
Nor do I like to wait. Okay? So in this new place,
Uh-huh.
now I'm going to say some store names. I'm not endorsing. I'm just saying what my experience is, so take it or leave it. This is just Tangry Tanya talking, okay? I love a QT.
Okay.
Okay, they got clean restrooms, and they're just fast. You know how, like, when you could go in there, you can have a bunch of people, and it's not like they have like guardrails to tell you, who's next in line. You got this one person, okay, he's back there, he's working like 2 registers, and then you got people coming from this side and this side, and they just automatically, just go next, okay, just automatically. And sometimes it's like, oh no, you're next. Oh no, you're next. Oh no, you're next. So I don't have a QT that's close by me. And I stop by a station frequently so I can get my Perrier, my water, my bougie water. So I'm having to figure things out, and it's just uncomfortable. So I go into a different gas station, okay? Mm-hmm. It's so crowded in there. I get my Perrier, I get in line. Now they have like the little ropes, okay, and they even have a sign that says line starts here, okay. Now they have 2 cashiers, and it's slow. I'm like, what are you getting? What are you doing up there? So there was this person in front of me.
Uh-huh.
She got out of line.
Uh-huh.
And then went and stood in front of that cash register person, so she could be next.
Okay.
I sat there and I just looked at her, because I'm not even going to tell you what I'm thinking, because I'm supposed to think, what would Jesus do? Now Jesus would not do what I was thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we're glad you didn't do it.
We did not do it.
Okay.
I did not do it.
Yes.
But I was thinking it because I'm like, hello. You know what? You need to get yourself back in line.
Right.
You need to wait your turn.
Right.
Your time is not any more valuable than mine.
Yeah.
And we're all a little impatient.
Okay. So what did the Lord tell you after all that?
Well, it took a couple of days.
Okay.
But,
Woo! Grace was working a little bit slow for you that day. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I had to get over it.
Okay.
Okay, because I
Okay.
didn't say anything. I
All
didn't
right.
let out what I was feeling.
Okay.
Okay, I held it in.
So 2 days later, when it hit you, what did the Lord tell you?
That's me. Because I don't like change, and I am in a new season where everything is different. Everything. Where I go to the grocery store, where I pick up my Perrier, where I live, making new friends. I mean, it's all new. And guess what? I just want to skip it. And I just want to jump ahead. And I'm tired of being uncomfortable. I'm tired of it. Just hurry up. Is there a pill? Is there a book I need to read? Obviously the Bible. Okay, so I do that. And yes, that is always the answer. But this change, I was talking to you. I went into the grocery store the other day, and I like my little veggie frozen pizzas that they have at Harris Teeter. Well, I don't have a Harris Teeter close to me. So I went to the other grocery store, which I love too, Publix. Love some Publix. They didn't have my pizza. I had to try a new pizza. And you know what? I didn't like it.
So you're having to move, and you're having to move away from the things that you were used to.
Yes.
And that does not feel good right now in this season.
No.
So what are you going to do about that?
Well, I'm going to suck it up. Embrace the change. Because one thing I do know through my experience with the Lord, that if I am comfortable, I'm not growing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to suck it up. I mean, what else can I do?
Well, I hope it feels better for you. I hope it feels better because, I understand what you're saying. You're saying sometimes when we are initially going to move, right, we're going to go someplace different. We are so excited because we're like, oh, I'm about to do this new thing. I got this new place. It has this feature. It has that feature. It has this feature and that feature. And then you realize the features that it doesn't have.
Yes.
The things that you're used to being nearby.
Yes.
That are no longer available to you. And you're going to have a new thing that you're going to have to figure it all out. And can the things that are the new features that you've gotten outweigh the features that once were that are no longer there?
Yes.
I mean, you don't have to answer that. It takes time to find that out.
It takes time. And so, one thing the Lord told me, spoke to me this morning is there's got to be a new strategy. And, I am just to focus on, it's just the gratitude. What I do have, not what I don't have. There's not a QT close to me. Yes, I can drive to go get one. And there's not a Harris Teeter close to me, although I do love Publix. But if I'm going to get my little favorite frozen pizza, I'm going to have to drive to get it.
Yeah. So that you can have the features that you love in your new place, but still have the old features of your old place.
Yes. I'm hoping this speaking to you guys because it's real. I know that I'm in a new season where I must show up different, I must do things differently, and just create a different new life. And it's scary.
It is scary. It's interesting that you say that because is it really scary, or is it that you're realizing what you had to sacrifice in order to go to a new place?
So scary maybe is it's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable. Scary is not the correct word. I am just uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable with the sacrifice to be in the new place.
Yes, because I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know my neighbors.
Yeah.
My little favorite restaurant where everybody knew me. Now, I can still go there because not like I moved to a different state. But, it's creating new relationships, meeting new people, having new experiences. And I didn't really think there was anything that I was going to miss.
I know. Right. And that's the thing about sacrifice, right? It's about moving to a new place and realizing what you're going to give up, because so often we think about what we're going to gain versus what we're going to lose. And, and so in so many ways that's so biblical, right? Everybody who had to move from one place to another place and getting there realized that, there's some giants there.
Yes.
Right? There's some giants that you're going to have to encounter in order to take the new land.
Yes.
And that is uncomfortable because
Uncomfortable.
you see the big fruit, you see the things you really want, but it's the other stuff. Well, as far as for me, like my tangriness, I'm really, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, I really am in a good place. Like, I'm in a place where, one of the things I really love in the Bible is Joshua, right?
Yes.
Like, Moses was one type of leader and Joshua was another type of leader.
Yes.
And so, like, Moses oftentimes would go into the tent of meeting and he would be meeting with God, and Joshua would just kind of be sitting there with his like notebook, just like kind of taking notes. And so when it was time for Joshua to lead, Joshua led, but he led in a different way because he was like an introvert. He was a note taker. And I'm one of those people who's an extrovert, but I'm also an introvert because I'm like right there on the line.
Yeah.
And there are different seasons of my life when I'm like really out there. Like I'm out there, I'm the extrovert, I'm the extrovert. And the other seasons where I'm like pulled back and I'm just like, you sometimes say I'm in my cave.
She's in her
And
cave.
I don't think I'm in a cave. I think I'm just really taking note right now. And I'm just like scribbling so many notes and I'm taking so many notes. And I'm like, okay, Lord, what do you want to do with that? What do you want me to realize from that? Because I know that I'm about to make a big move. I know I'm about to take people to a big place.
Yeah.
And I need to kind of figure out some stuff about me
Yes.
and how I lead and what I do because where I need to take people, there'll be a lot of people like you who see
Loving and nurturing and
no, but
kind and exceptional.
all those things, but who see the good things that might be in the land, but need to be prepared for when it gets hard.
Yes.
And I think that's really the job of a leader to help people not just get excited about going
Yes.
and moving,
But what happens when you get there?
but what happens when you get there.
Yes.
And if I haven't done my work,
Yes.
I can't help you do your work.
No, you gotta be the person in front that's in the line.
I'm even okay doing that from the middle, but I've got to have done the work.
Yeah, but you got to have somebody behind you, whether you're in the middle,
Yeah.
in front, whatever.
At
There's
some
got to
point.
be somebody behind you
Yeah.
that's like, okay, she did it.
Right?
Let me get behind her.
Yeah, yeah. And I think, we were talking before about how like basically like 8 months of this year is over and we have the last, 4 months to do whatever we're going to do with it. I think a lot of us are probably just what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Where this year seems so exciting in January. There's so much that you thought you were going to move in and be in the space of 2023.
Yes.
And now you're in the bottom third of 2023. And it's taking new energy. And it's energy that you don't have because you've already, expended 8 months of energy.
Yes.
But in order to accomplish that which you want to accomplish,
I had to move.
you had to move.
I
And
had
now
to
that
move.
you've moved, you know that there's still more required.
Yes.
And so you just have to just
Suck it
settle
up.
that in your, no, not suck it up. Life is not about sucking up. It is about figuring out what's really important and not extending energy on that which doesn't make a difference.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's a great point. Learning to what I'm going to give my energy to, who I'm going to give my energy to, and most of the time, it's between my ears. In the quietness or whatever. But yeah, because it can take up a lot of energy. So I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. Said goodbye to some people, and yeah, it's a new beginning and in a new season, and I'm excited, but I'm uncomfortably excited.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're saying. And it's funny for me because right now I'm starting to go through all my like totes of all these totes that I've accumulated with different things in it from different months of what I was doing, projects I was doing, and
Lots of totes.
lots of totes, people, lots of totes. And as I'm going through the bags, I'm realizing it, I'm thinking, there's some good stuff in here, and there's good stuff for somebody else, but not for the person that I'm going to be in this next season. I need to travel light.
Travel light. So, oh my goodness. Fun fact. So when I moved you know, I had a bunch of totes, right? Mm-hmm. Got rid of a bunch of stuff, and then, you know, the stuff I wanted to keep, I put in totes. So this morning, I knew that we were going to be filming this, and I was like, oh my goodness, where's like all my stuff for Tangry Girls? It was in a tote. It was in a tote.
Yeah.
Because all my important stuff I put in the totes.
You have to put it in the totes. So there's lots of stuff here, as always.
As always, we're deep.
You have to sift through it to get to it, but
Don't skip ahead.
don't skip ahead. But also, don't worry about what's in the past. Just think to yourself, how am I going to make the most of these next 4 months? And at the same time, in doing that, how are you going to honor that part of yourself that's the most critical to take you into 2024?
Yes. Move forward.
Move forward.
Move forward.
Move forward. Well,
Count your blessings. Be
count your
grateful.
blessings. Be grateful.
Focus on that.
Stay on mission.
Stay on mission.
And stay tangry.
Stay tangry, but just keep it inside, okay? And then, you know, if you like this, and of course you do, then go down and just hit that subscribe button, okay? And so anytime that we upload a video, you're going to immediately get notified so you can get some Tangry Girl wisdom, okay? And reach out to us, comment, like it if you like it. And of course you do. You can, you know, like a couple times. But I hope you guys just stay tangry, and God bless.